Hi and welcome back to Model Maniacs. Today we're going to continue our quest for the perfect Vostok. And as you can see, we are now working on the electronic stage. And I'm beginning to glue the ridges that will hold the protective shielding at the backside. And this will protect both the antennas and all the cables that goes around here. But to do so I have used a measuring device to be sure that I have the perfect spaces between them, like this, and then I can just scratch a line in that is perfectly horizontal on this stage. It's very useful and very cheap too. But back to the model. We are going to use material from Evergreen, and this is stripes 1 × 1 millimeter. These are perfect in size for this project, and I have one here. And to be able to glue this to the model, as I told you in previous episodes, you can't glue this model with ordinary plastic cement. So I have an ordinary cheap super glue here. Now it's very important to find where should I put the parting line, because we don't want to show the parting line. And I decided to make it at this point, because down from this bottom there's going to be little flatter strips of styrene, like this, not this wide, but something like that. And those are going to be holding the shielding on the back side. There's going to be a lot of them like this. So if I put the parting line between the strips here under one of these, they will be invisible. So that's one thing to think about too. Planning ahead, long time ahead is the best, of course. So what we do here now, we begin to glue. Then we put a little drop of super glue right about here, like this, just a little drop, and you put the strips down. I should probably use a knife instead, but I will do it like this. Like that, there we have it. Just before the glue sets. Now we will wait until it has hardened as much as we want to. And when it's hardened, we can continue around, holding it in place like this, and putting a new drop on right there. Just a little drop will suffice. The capillary forces will drag it under the strips, so it will fill it in. And then we just continue our way around like this. Put another drop. It's very hard to show it because it's on the back side from the camera. But it's perhaps visible if I do like this. I hold it back down there. Continue around, putting another drop right there. And we just go the whole way around. This is a quite easy way to do it, actually. The result is quite convincing, actually. And using this scriber tool that I found on the flea market does the work, makes the works much better and much easier, and it gives perfect spacing between the lines, like that. We're almost finished here. I wonder if you can see how I'm working around here. Perhaps it's very hard to show it. I hope you can make out what I'm doing. Like that, and we're now in the last lapse here. Then we use a knife and we cut it. Like this. And then we take the knife, we press it up into the parting line here, so that it will be perfect. Well, here we go. Now we made the upper part, the upper ridge. I was looking from the other side, of course. The upper ridge here is finished, and the capillary forces has provided the glue to flow under this stripe, so I don't have to add additional glue. That's not necessary. Well, so much for this. Now we can begin with the placement of the flat strips. But we first have to cut them into perfect length and perfect size. So I'll be back in a few minutes. We are now continue gluing the holder stripes for the protective covers for the electronic stage on this Vostok capsule. And as you can see, we've gone quite a bit, and it looks just like I want it to look. It's a perfect shape. So we just have to put one more on, and then we're ready for this part. It's very nice to see something coming on like this, and it's working just like I planned. Or as the Emperor should have said, I have foreseen it. Well, perhaps I haven't foreseen everything of it, but if you go into a project like this and you don't know what to do, well, then you will have problems, that's for sure. You have to be able to see the finished craft before you begin building, otherwise you will not succeed. This is just one of those kits. It has been lying in the mid-60s, just half built, somewhere in someone's locker, somewhere tucked away for almost an eternity. Then I came along and found it for a very, very cheap price. Decided to say that this kit has to get a new life, and this is actually a really good life for a kit like this. I know that this kit is still available, but this is an old kit, and that gives it more of an age weight over it. It's always like when you're building the old kits and they have come out as reissues. It's not the same to build the reissue of a kit as as the old kit. There's something about the smell of the plastic when you open the box, and something about looking at the old instructions and something like that. But perhaps it just is me that is nostalgic, but I'm not sure about that. And if I am nostalgic, well, so be it. It's a nice feeling, that's for sure. Well, it seems that we begin to get finished here with this part. It's just to let it sit now until it dries up, so that we can sand it and we can put the protective shielding on. But first we have to paint this one. It is going to be painted in a alclad color, I suppose, so you get the real shine of it. But I'm not quite sure yet. Well, just a few left here. This is not for the plastic to bond to each other, because, as you know, the cement doesn't work on this plastic, but it makes the plastic strip conform to the surface. That's quite important. Something to think about. Okay. This is the end result. Today is a good day. We've come a long way today, actually. And I'm quite pleased with the result. It looks perfect. It feels perfect. Well, it is perfect. This is going to be a beauty, that's for sure. Well, that's all for me today. Stay tuned for more updates from Model Maniacs on the Vostok build, of course, and other topics of reviews, model kit reviews, and tips and tricks, for example. See you later. Have a nice day.